Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. Last episode, we had a meal with Rika and Celeste. In this episode, we're moving on in case 3, trying to get to the point where there is something to investigate. Because so far it's just slice of life. Which ain't bad, but this is a murder mystery game. I kind of want to get to the murder and the mystery. You spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. Oh, right, I'm Wisemimir, this is completely blind. Forgot to say that bit. Whoops, it happens. As your conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases. No, really? Yep, it turned out it was the headmaster the entire time. So if you play out of order, 1, what are you doing? But 2, you are spoiled immediately. So good thing I'm playing in the set order. Honestly, I need to check if that's even possible. I'll do that off screen just to see. Actually, now that I think about it, doing that off screen just to check probably won't work, because this ain't a fresh install. Like, I'd have to completely wipe my save and all that. And I don't want to do that. Yep, it turned out that... Right. Read that. Sorry. When I go on tangents, sometimes I forget what I've read. Wow, I would have never figured that out. Took us a while, too. How do you know, Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. But, wow, I can't believe it. I never thought court cases could be that dramatic. As you finish your meal, you tell Rika more about your cases. It's nice being able to talk with her again. You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened. But you're happy that she seems to be doing well. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika. But I think it's time for us to get going. What? But we just got here. We've made her sad. It's okay, I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. But be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time. Yeah, I'll stay in touch. You'd better. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local Merchants Guild to rent a carriage. The city streets seem a bit more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them. Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something, but every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay. You both continue to walk silently as you make your way to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more crowded. You hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Hi, could we rent a carriage to travel to Raffle? Sorry, but travel outside of the city is temporarily closed. What? Why? Haven't you heard? The Knights of the King's Guard have locked down the city. They set up a blockade and everything. Check the city gates if you don't believe me. As you arrive at the city gates, I guess we didn't believe the merchant. You see that the blockade the merchant mentioned. Right. We see the blockade. That's what matters. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there. This is outrageous. How dare you plan on keeping us here? Sorry, but we have our orders. We can't let anyone outside of the city until our investigation is complete. There's an investigation? Did something happen? Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city barricaded, blockaded? Same thing. Sorry, sir, but we're not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I'll need to take down your names and occupations for our records. What? Why? It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the King's Guard. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney. Oh, fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard. Thanks. You look over to the King's Guard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here, too. They must be making a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason? I'm going to guess in case they need to figure out witnesses or suspects, stuff of that sort. Orinak's blockade has been added to your notes. I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now? This can't possibly be legal. Lady, if the King's Guard are blockading the city, it's entirely legal. The townsfolk continue shouting at the knights, but it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. Ugh. What do we do now? You notice it's starting to get late. We don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight just in case. Oh, the interior of this tavern looks very familiar. You walk into a nearby tavern and see it absolutely crowded with patrons, which could not be drawn in, apparently. Oh well. Budget constraints. Looks like everyone else had the same idea. Hey, welcome to the Egwin... Yeah, I'm gonna... Egwin Tavern. Right, that's how we'll pronounce it. What can I do for you? Could we get 2 rooms for the night? Sorry, I can't even spare 1 room. We're completely full with the blockade and all. Wait, let me take care of this. Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and pops it on the innkeeper's desk. Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only 1. Hey, the entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I can do for you. What, embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion? No, it's just... You realize that she's teasing you like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing. So how should we... Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed, I'll just sleep on the floor. Well, what? I can't just let you... Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. She's got you there. Alright, but tell me if you change your mind. Yeah. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walked past him. What? Hey, watch it. Quit shoving me. Wait, whoa. Holy crap, pull me up. I can't hold on for much longer. Ah, you idiot. What are you doing? What? Grab his arm and pull him up. Oh, my hand. What the hell are you doing? Your grip is too tight. Stop that. Ah. Well, wait, I can still... No. What happened? I should have been able to... By the scaled horde, he fell in. Now I can use this. That's right, I can still make this look like it was all his fault. Would you like to save your progress? Yeah, sure. Oversave 1, because I'm definitely not going to regret that. Except for when I do. You find yourself falling into a nightmare. Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I can't believe they made you watch. Are you okay? Right, of course not. Are you going to keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. Your question... Oh, that's Tyrion's question. Your question barely comes out as a whisper. What? Are you going to keep fighting the nobility? I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're capable of. I was naive. I thought that the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore. So, you're just going to give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just going to give up, then was my mother's death truly pointless? I'm sorry. Teach me how to be like you. What? You said that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together. Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just... Miss Tamora, please. I don't have anything left. Please, just take me away from here. You clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left you. It's the last comforting memory you'll have of her. It's a memory that you'll never experience again. Mom. You're startled awake. After some confusion, you realize that it was all a dream. Or a memory. Or, you know, both. Dream and memory combined. You don't have any trouble falling asleep. Or didn't have any trouble falling asleep. But your slumber was less than restful. I feel called out by this. It's been a while since you've remembered that day. And that's all the more reason to leave this city as soon as possible. Celeste, are you up? Celeste was wistfully staring out the window, watching the rain. Her head whips towards you when she realizes you're awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? Nothing. It's nothing. He wasn't awake, was he? She doesn't seem keen on sharing it. It'd be best not to pry. Anyways, do you know if the city is still under lockdown? I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. You go outside and check the city gates. The blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. Looks like we can't leave just yet. They've doubled down on the guards. What's going on here? Tyrion. You spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks into a full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain? Tyrion, it's terrible. There was an accident at the Arcane refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. He's dead. Oh, Rika, I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do? Lord Von Sanctus is blaming the Dracogin Trading Company. He's trying to catch the owner with criminal negligence. It's as if it's as the Lord of this region. Lord Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracogin from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them? I don't think I can. What? But... Rika, I specialize in homicide cases, and most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. I mean, it's a game inspired by Ace Attorney. It's always murder, even when it's not, so don't worry. I'm sure that the Dracogen Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. I'm not so sure about that. Think about it. A lord from one of the Four Pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this? She has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will kill against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are you and Miss Tamora. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Really. But don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. That's okay, I'm sure that Mr. Dracogen will take any help he can get. Mr. Dracogen. He's the owner of the Dracogen Trading Company. He should be at the old Arcane refinery right now. That must be the scene of the accident, too. It would be best to start your investigation there. I've been away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. Right. You follow Rika's instructions, or directions, and move through the city's industrial district. It reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. You always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now. Is it because you have more control over your powers, or has something else changed? Alright, we're here, and I already see something worth investigating. You arrive at the refinery, and see that there aren't many people around. The few people you do see appear to be from the City Watch. Operations must have been halted after the accident. Wow, so this is an Arcane refinery. I always saw this place as a child, but I never really understood what they do here. Those machines refine arcane crystals that are used in artificery. Those crystals are used to power a source. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy. You look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. He seems to stand out from the knights and the cleaning staff. Could he be the guildmaster Rika spoke of? He takes notice of you as you head further into the refinery. Hello there. You must be that attorney that Miss Tudor spoke about. I am, and I take it that you're the guildmaster of the Dracogen Trading Company. Yes, my name is Stefanik Dracogen. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I really appreciate you lending your aid in this matter. I already told Rika, but I've never tried a civil case before. I would need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. honestly not sure how much help I can be. Well, there isn't a single attorney in Oranax that will represent me, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Celeste was right. All of the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Where should we start? This case is probably different from the homicides we're used to. Homicide or not, this case revolves around a wrongful death. If I did represent Krakogen, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened, and it wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident either. The Guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him might also give you insight into what happened. To start, could you tell us what exactly happened? Well, it all began when the work rush during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway into a vat of magical chemicals. Those chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we pulled him out. I see. But that all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened? The guardrails on the walkways. There are guardrails on the walkways to prevent people from falling. Supposedly, the guardrails broke when that employee tried to lean against it. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no clue how this happened. Is he telling the truth? This could all be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. The victim. Earlier you said that the victim was an employee of yours. Could you tell me more about them? Yes, I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him. He was a young man named Justin Way. Was he a good employee? He was a hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard he'd spend his time with the local delinquents. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. She told me that she wanted to turn his life around. That does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. When you live a life like Justin's, it helps if you have someone to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker, and he did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules, too, so I have no idea why he was up in that walkway. Wait, he wasn't even supposed to be on the walkway? I want to take a quick look. These metal stairs lead up to the walkway above. You can get a better look at the walkway by moving there. A vat filled with chemicals I can't quite identify. According to Celeste, they are used to refine and create arcane chemicals. Okay. I have officially looked at everything. Wait a minute, why is that glowing? I get why these would be glowing. Traces of transmutation magic on these parts of the vat. I'm honestly not quite sure how these vats even work. Perhaps transmutation magic is used in the refinement process somehow. Traces of transmutation magic on the power box, though. That's weird. It is an artificery device, so that's not too out of the ordinary. You mentioned earlier that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that? Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway. That's strange to say the least. Was he the type of person to wander around places that he's not supposed to? No, like I said, he always followed my rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. Justin's job has been added to your notes. Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall in? There were many employees here at the time, but there were only a few witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Who were these witnesses? If I remember correctly, Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall. Wait, Rika was there when it happened? Yes. She witnessed the accident alongside the harbor master. Morrison. Oh, you're acquainted with him. I am. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child. Oh, I need to cut the video here. Whoops, went on too long. Next episode, we're going to continue investigating, which I guess means continue this line of questioning.